This is Faith from For Real Media.
I want to share a little bit on the day that my spouse came out to me as transgender, male to female. I will be referring to her as he, and that is pre-transition, and that's something we've discussed. So to clarify, was my husband, and now she's my partner as she. So the day that Ryan came out to me, he was really struggling at work, not just that day, just a lot of anger inside, and just a normal day, honestly. Got my nails done, came home, and he looked at me and said, I gotta tell you something. And it took forever for him to say what it was, but basically he said, I have gender dysphoria, and I had no idea what that was. So of course a lot of questions were asked and clarification, and at the time he even was trying to process it. And I just remember being like, is there any medication that can help with this? I was not educated at all in the trans community, let alone the LGBTQ community at all. I feel horrible for saying this, but I own my own story, and that is when I found out about Ryan, that point in my life, I literally thought anybody part of that community was, it was just like a phase. I had no idea that this was how people are born and all that stuff we can get into later. But yeah, so I just researched, is there a pill to make transgender individuals, not struggle? But there isn't. So, and it's really sad. So anyways, that day, or that moment, I was actually I shouldn't say 10 days pregnant. It was 10 days since I found out I was pregnant, which I will go into another time. I don't want to right now. But to clear the air, no, I was not upset. We can go into that another time though. But yeah, I immediately called my mom. It was pretty late at night, and I just was so numb. I could not stop bawling my eyes out. I felt so confused because I just married, the man of my dreams. So anyways, I just was devastated and confused and all the things. I only have so much time to say my story, so that happened, and then for a long time I was feeling so sad and confused and lost and all of the things. But I knew in my heart I wanted to stay. And I know it's something that a lot of people won't understand, and all I have to say is I get it. I wouldn't understand either. Until you're in it, you won't understand. Ryan and I have a very, very special relationship, and I've known it from the moment, literally the moment I met Ryan as a driver of mine, seeing him daily, and it was just hard, and I just knew like that connection was there. Strong connection we've always had, and I was not willing to give it up because of this, and I still am not. Don't get me wrong, this is not an easy journey, but our love is strong. It may not look the same, it may be in a very different way, but beautiful. I mean, this journey, again, I can't go into this for too long with just one video, but this journey has just been one hell of a ride, but I would not trade it for a thing. I will share more of my journey, but basically I just wanted to say it did feel like I lost my husband, like death. It felt like death, and it still feels like death. My husband is no longer here. I now have a partner that goes by she, that looks different, but has still the same heart, still the same things that I loved about her, and it just looks different. So anyways, I will share more on my story. I appreciate you being here as a support system. So many people have reached out to us, and it has just been literally life-changing for us. So I just want to say thank you, and continue to hear our story on here. I will definitely share more of my story. I can only share a little bit, one at a time. So I guess this is just part one of many parts on how is Caitlin doing. So thank you again, and I look forward to sharing more of my story. Hello, my name is Caitlin. I am 28 years old, and I am a trans wife. You heard that. So my partner and I met in 2017, and then quickly got engaged 2018, moved in a house together, got married in 2020 during COVID, and then just a few months later, January of 2021, we found out we were pregnant. And in the same month, I found out that my husband was transgender. If you want to follow along on this journey with me and hear about my story, the good times, the bad times, the messy times, the beautiful times, follow along. I would love to connect with you all, whether that's just having a normal conversation, or maybe you are going through this as a trans partner, or maybe you are transgender, or have a family or friend going through this. So I am here for support. I'm here to be real and raw with you guys, and I want to spread awareness to all the LGBTQ community and the trans community. They really need more love and support and awareness out there. So that's why I'm starting this page. Here's just one of the hardships that I have found as my spouse is transitioning from male to female. If you are transitioning, most likely right away you are not able to present how you want. For example, if my spouse is transitioning from male to female, most likely she's not going to wake up the next day after coming out and look feminine. As much as we all want that for them and they want it, it's just not a thing, typically. There's wardrobe change. Sometimes there's surgeries for certain individuals. There's growing out your hair sometimes, or makeup, whatever, you name it. But something that a lot of us don't think of when you're not in this scenario like we are is, not only am I grieving my spouse no longer being my husband, I'm now learning a whole new life with a female. But because a whole wardrobe change is not only expensive, it's a whole thing, like I said. So she is not able to always wear feminine clothes. How hard would that be on someone? Some people may not have a hard time with it, but it is hard. And, you know, sometimes I wonder, well, why does it even matter if someone's wearing male clothes? Because it's just clothes, right? But right now, my brain knows that those Levi, relaxed jeans are what Ryan wore as a male. And I think what's hard is my brain is ready for it to be all feminine clothing and look, so that I can not have feminine sometimes and some masculine. Again, it's not that Ryan wants that. It's just a part of this journey. And I was talking with a friend not too long ago, and I was like, it's so hard because sometimes I feel like Ryan can't go live or be in a video with me if she's not fully presenting, because I don't want people to be confused. And then she's like, Kaylin, do it. It's part of the journey. Show the real raw stuff. Ignore my son in the background, but it's so true, you guys. Like, it's part of the journey. This is a hard journey to be on, not only for me as a spouse or anybody involved. It's hard because we want to see Ryan as her authentic self, right? We've gone all these years as thinking Ryan was a male, and now knowing that she's female, we're ready for this change. And she is too. but it does not happen overnight. So I just wanted to share one hardship. I'm not sure if I explained it very well. I'm not saying that if you are female, you can't wear male clothes. That is not what I'm saying. What I am saying is if you want to wear female clothes, but are not able to because of certain restrictions, it's hard for not only the person that's trying to grieve the past you, but also the person that has to go through it, like Ryan. So I hope that makes sense. And just be kind and know that maybe someone can't financially do something, or they're in a transition where it's going to take years to be able to show up how they want to show up in the world. Okay? Here are some frequently asked questions I get ever since Ryan came out as transgender. Is Ryan changing her name? No. As of now, she does not want to change her name. She believes that Ryan is part of her story. What does this look like for you? This is a really hard question to answer. I don't know what it looks like for me. I've had to finally get into a state where I'm like, okay, I have to literally take it day by day and be in the present moment. So as of today, I'm not looking at the future. I will always support Ryan no matter what that looks like. And yeah, I'm just living in this moment and being by her side during all of this. And yes, we are still married. Were you upset when Ryan told you? No, I was not ever upset. I was hurt, confused, shocked, a lot of things, and I will dig deeper in this sometime when I'm ready. Were there any signs? No, there were no signs at all. For those that know Ryan as a male, and by the way, when I talk as a male for Ryan, Ryan is okay by me saying he. As a male, Ryan was very outdoorsy, if you want to call it country. He was just, if you want to call it, very manly. No signs at all. And I will definitely be digging deeper in this now that I've been a part of this and the community and talking to other trans people and hearing their story. There's a lot of common grounds there of like what makes them come out and all that kind of stuff. Okay, for those that don't know, we have a 2-year-old son. So this question is about him. People ask, are you worried about him? No. There are moments that are hard because I'm like, okay, you know, because Sawyer calls Ryan dad by Ryan's choice. And so that's going to be confusing to people and stuff like that. But, and then safety, yeah, that's another thing we have to always worry about. But no, we're not worried about him because it is all about how you raise them. So we will be raising and are raising Sawyer to be loving to anyone and everyone, and to educate people that we are just a loving family. Just because Sawyer's dad is transgender and we don't have the typical marriage and family that a lot of people have, it doesn't make us any different. Does your family and Ryan's family support the change and the transition? I would say yes. From what I know, they support Ryan. Now, things are definitely different, I personally feel like, and Ryan does too. But overall, like, we didn't lose any family members because of the transition. A lot of people do. It's really sad. But overall, yeah, they do. And as for friends, I will definitely say that we've completely changed our friend group and are definitely seeking for like good, authentic friends that we can be around and be ourselves and feel safe around. Currently, I would say we have a few friends, and those friends have been with us through all of it and have just truly been the reason why we're here, being supportive, continuing to love on us, and leave their judgment behind and just show up how we need them to. Okay, this is the last question for now, and that is, do you identify as lesbian? Nope. And I will never, probably ever identify as lesbian. Probably shouldn't say never because you just don't know, but I don't see that coming. This may be confusing to many, but I just have a different perspective now on life, and you don't need labels. I don't need a label because my husband transitioned as a female. I don't need a label of we're gay, we're lesbian, whatever. We don't need that at all. Ryan's my partner, my spouse. That's what she is to me, and I identify as straight and with just a really open, loving heart. And that might not make sense to a lot of you, and that's okay. It doesn't need to. So anyways, this is the majority of the questions I could think of that I get quite often. If I think of any more, I'll definitely share them on here. But for now, that's my questions. And if you're wanting to have any questions answered, appropriate questions, feel free to comment, and I will definitely sometime answer those on here. Okay, I'm going to try to address this question really quick. I get asked this all the time, and it's totally valid for everybody to wonder, weren't you attracted to men, aren't you? The answer is yes. I was attracted to Ryan as a male, and the best answer I can give is she still is Ryan, just not the outer male. And obviously there's more to it, not just the outer, but a huge part of her is still here, you guys. And that is a huge part, is her heart. And that is why I love Ryan. I understand that this is something that most may not even understand, and I get that. Again, you have to be in my shoes to fully understand, and it may not be your thing. I am here wanting to try this out, explore, love on Ryan, be curious, and really see how this new life can be with us both being females.
She wasn't aware of the husband's psychological disability until the time she noticed the abnormal act in his behaviour. A gender dysphoria patient is a man or woman who strongly believes that their gender identity doesn't match the sex they were assigned at birth, like a person who has a male genitalia and other male organs feels that their true identity is a female, or vice versa. And seriously, that is crazy to think of. Not everyone can honestly accept their spouse after the change in sexuality. The person and the relationship they have built isn't going to remain same again. But the most important thing is that she have accepted him the way he is, and she's helping him build back confidence and love in his space. I know this type of situation hurts. And one thing is that we can't stop the change in people. If his new self makes him more happy and comfortable, then she should let him be. And if she can't deal with it, she should walk. But in this case, she isn't walking away because she has truly accepted him. And they are happy and working out and exploring the new phase in their relationship. Going through her page, I think they have found new ways to reshape their relationship and family that will best work for them. Because she can't keep blaming her husband for his decision. Hence, she said he still treat her same way. She have known their relationship to be, but the only thing is that her husband is a transgender, which feels wired sometimes, but if that will build his securities and self-esteem, then she is ready to walk through the route with him. Is all about being there for your partner in their worst situation, but if you can't, please do walk away in peace, because a lot of people keep putting up with things they can't handle, thereby sacrificing their own peace and happiness, which is very bad. I will say we should all know when to draw the boundaries and call it a quit. What is your opinion on this situation? Comment in the video, like and subscribe to the channel.